Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to NASCAR The Game 2013. Every time I try to get out, they pull me back in. Speaking, of course, of this video game and the fact that I have a very obvious love-hate, so much hate relationship with it. Honestly, I know I criticize it so much and have so many terrible things to say about it and complain for every single second that I'm playing the game. I think it's probably because I've thought about this. It's probably because there's only a few problems that they could have addressed, and it actually could have been a pretty good game, a decent NASCAR racing game. Things that, you know, are as simple as allowing you to have control over your car for the start of the race, so that as we saw in the last video, in this I was at the front of the pack, and they don't let you have control of the car until you cross that start-finish line, even though the green flag waves well before that. So you have no control over your start, and you don't know what gear you should be in, you don't know where your wheel should be tilted, so once you suddenly gain control of the car, you're like, oh god, everything's wrong, I'm going sideways and upside down, I'm in the wrong gear. That's a huge problem, but it seems like a very simple fix. A more difficult fix would be fixing the AI, which is passable right now, but they make enough stupid mistakes that it makes the game really frustrating at times. Most times. We really learned most times at Bristol Motor Speedway, excuse me. But we're going to continue the season here. I'm not actually sure how many. There's a lot of races in the NASCAR season, so it's still yet to be seen if I am going to go through this entire season. But we're just gonna continue going on at some random intervals. I know one of my problems with my YouTube channel is that I don't stay consistent enough with my series, but this one you gotta give me a pass on, because it's like I said, I can only take so much of it before I start to hate myself. But it looks like we've gone from Texas, we're going to Kansas. These are two of the standard speedway style racetracks, mile and a half or whatever. So hopefully we have similar-ish luck at Kansas. Hopefully not identical luck. We finished in 7th in the last race, so not too bad, but we should have finished in 1st because that's where we qualified. Alright, we're going to keep everything the same. Medium difficulty, 5 laps, 5 minutes practice, 10% race, tire wear off. That's another thing. Another problem they have is the tire wear affects you at a much higher rate than it does the opponents, or not at all the opponents, I don't know. Flags off, visual only damage, except...
Now's a good time to get in a few laps and see how the cars are running before qualifying.
Gee, thanks, Steve. I don't know if his name is Steve or not. Alright, we're going to apply the qualifying setup, because that is what we're going to do, qualify. Yep, I've applied that setup. What are my assists again? Manual transmission, but I'm going to be using the flappy paddles because the game really doesn't quite know how to deal with the H shifter of the G27 that I'm using. What is this? Spin assist and ABS assist. Alright, and everything else is off. That's fine. I think that's what we had the last time. Alright, let's go to practice 1 at Kansas Motor Speedway. We're in the car here. Let's, we're already in first gear. Guy! See, that's kind of weird. When the car can glitch through you, like it just did right there, it's probably an indication of a problem with the AI and collision detection and the overall lack of realism, excuse me. Ooh. Ah, that bobbliness is still a problem. Oh, it's really a problem. Why is that such a problem right at this moment? I didn't check my wheel. I just assumed that, oh god. Oh my god. The wheel settings remain the same. Perhaps I should not have assumed such things as these. Oh, understeer, understeer. All right.
Clear right side.
Thank you. All right, I like this track. You don't have to really fiddle with your brakes going into a turn. Oh, guys, that guy's having his problems there. He's got like hydraulics. He's freaking out. This guy in the Burger King car isn't going fast enough. Get your car right. Whoa! I'm not going to go in the middle of those guys. Suffice it to say, suffice. All right. Yep. That had to happen. Of course that had to happen. Again, a fine display of the AI at work here. I think that's probably a pretty good practice, wouldn't you say? Yeah, let's call that a day. Calling it a day for the first practice there. Huh. Yeah. End session. All right, let's go to qualifying. Feel happy with that setup. Still really wob the wheel. Oh, practice 2. I really don't need a practice 2. Skip. Let's go right to qualification. I am highly qualified for this position, and please accept my resume.
Good. You just need to go out there and put in a good, solid performance.
Let's look at. We're still in qualifying. That's good. That's good. And begin qualifying. Why not? Let's complete your out lap. What about my in lap? All right, it seems like it maintained my settings because I got my left and my right look. Okay, well, perhaps I'm just not used to playing the game, I guess. It just feels exceptionally bubbly on the straightaways. I was having that problem before. I want to get as much speed as possible for the first lap. See, I don't understand why.
Just you and that pole spot, buddy.
Why do they give you control of your car out of the pits for practice, but then when the race comes around, you don't have control of your car in the field at all until you cross that start line? A little bit nonsensical, it seems. Oh my god, stop with the bubbling. It feels like I got a flat tire or something. Alright, take it down to the inside. Bobble your way through the back straight. And on the accelerator. I don't feel like I have grip. There we go. Boom!
Yeah, way to take that pole. Awesome job, man. This
See, I'm driving well. It's just the racing and the bumping and the other cars around me and the gliding that really screws me up.
Get much better than that, buddy.
No, you can't. That would be first. First place. There's actually literally no way to get any better than that. I was actually...
Just remember the basics and give me a good, solid drive.
Who are you, by the way? What am I doing this for you for? I actually watched a little bit of the Coca-Cola 600 because it was my Cosmos watching time, but Cosmos was delayed that Sunday for the Coca-Cola 600. And, you know, the one thing we are missing in the NASCAR experience, and that I miss from playing the old NASCAR games, is with a long-term race, there comes into play a lot more about strategy, and every time you have a pit stop, whether or not when you pit, but also little tinkery adjustments you can make to the sway bar, or you know, you put a few pounds spring rates here, there, you lower or raise the pressure in the tires, that you can kind of react as the car reacts, and you see how well or bad you're doing compared to the other racers. That is really an integral part of NASCAR racing, and not so present in other forms of racing, I feel like. You know, in playing Formula One with Beef, every time you pit, it's just all about switching tires really quickly in 2 seconds or whatever craziness. There's really not too much adjustment that can happen beyond what adjustments you can make on the steering wheel of your F1 car. A little bit more computerized, I suppose you could say. But yeah, that's one thing we're missing from this experience. But I don't think, you know, I don't think that this game is as realistic in that regard, maybe, and I really don't want to find out with the full-length race in order to see if that is actually a thing. We're gonna stick with these little sprints.
Mike, a very entertaining racetrack to come to.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's very entertaining. Phew. All right. Yep. See, you should have control of the car here, but they do not give you such things as these, because the green flag is now.
Hold on now. Hold on.
I should be driving.
To the green.
Oh God.
Okay, man. Green,
I'm in
green,
third
green.
gear. I'm in third gear. Things are bubbly. I shifted.
Car one back. Car up top.
Still on the gas.
High side.
Got a guy up high.
Car outside.
I know. I'm trying to stay straight, sir.
Got one working the top. Nice. Now we're rolling. Car
All
up
right,
top.
still got a guy up top. That's the other thing, the drafting effect. I feel like these guys are drafting by me. This really isn't a drafting track. Hey, guy. Come on, get grip, get grip.
One up top.
Am I clear?
Clear up top.
Thank you. All right, that went better than it did in the last race. There must be a way to disable that. Slow! Hit the brakes! Oh my God! That keeps popping up.
Still the fastest car out there. Come on, man. Make it count.
I'm trying to make it count. Alright. Might need to consider upping the difficulty. Because it seems as though I maybe have gotten the hang a little bit of the way these cars handle. In the turns, at least. The straightaways, this thing is jumping around like a Mexican jumping bean. A bean which jumps and originates from south of the border. That was a terrible turn, actually. That was way too high. Yeah, I feel like this might turn into a boring race. Since I've survived the first lap, which is key in the game. And now my car is faster than those around me. Oh, you just got 27 laps of this. We can, you can stick around for that, right, guys? Right? Please don't leave. Ooh. Yeah, I recently played, and again, the reason I'm playing this at all is because I have my racing wheel plugged in. It's a real pain in the neck compared to my other racing wheel. You know, it's a debacle. It's an event to set this thing up every time and then tear it down. So whenever I set it up, I feel as though, okay, well, I should play like another racing game to make sure I've got the time worth to set it up. But I played a little bit of NASCAR Game, and I don't know in which order I'll be releasing these videos, but if you missed that, perhaps, spoiler alert, the conclusion I've come to is that NASCAR Game is a lot better. Oh God, that's the wall. Yeah, a lot better with the racing wheel. I was having some serious issues playing that game with a controller, even though as a Demolition Derby style smash 'em up racing game, seems like the you know, the demographic would be the more casual gamer who doesn't own a racing wheel. It's a lot more fun. The steering and the controls are a lot more responsive. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, 20
See,
to
I'm
go.
not
We can do this all day.
yeah, we can. We're going to. I'm not doing that swerving back and forth. I got some comments on the last few videos. Why does he keep jimmying around on the straightaways? It's not me, it's the game. The game is making the force feedback in the wheel like slosh back and forth. I was trying to like come up with, is it like simulating the fuel sloshing around in the gas tank after I come out of a turn, or what is this? But I don't know. And I tried to actually increasing the dead zone makes it worse, because then I feel like the force feedback is like, oh, there's a dead zone here. I should give you more force feedback so you can feel it outside of the dead zone. So yeah, I don't know why that's such an issue. But yeah, I went too fast into that. I might have been able to survive that, but we're coming up on lap traffic, and I'm like a whole half a straightaway ahead of the guy in second.
Way back.
So maybe I should. Oh god, no, gas. No, sweet. What's going on? I have tire wear off. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be feeling less grip. Oh, there we go. That's how you take a turn. Touch the white line and slide back out to the wall. Not into the wall, however. That is ill-advised, of course. Well, here is where everything's going to start going wrong. Dealing with passing other cars, so... For those of you who might have lost interest thinking this was going to be a boring race, buckle your seatbelts, because lap traffic is nothing to scoff at.
Go high, go high.
Thank you.
Clear left side.
Thank you for that little input there. Oh my god, the bobbly. I've got to think of
Nice and smooth. You're way out in front. Use
about
that clean air.
maybe even disabling the force feedback, to be honest. A lot of like, I don't know, should I use the word professional? Professional racing simulator racers, you know, the people who really take iRacing and other games like that seriously, and they have the whole 3-monitor setup that surrounds them, and the racing seats, and, you know, permanently mounted wheel and pedals. You know, they don't have force feedback. It's kind of seen as a gimmick and something, oh god, that actually, as it's doing for me right now, impedes your performance in racing video games. So perhaps if I remember, I'll have to do that for the next race, just disable force feedback altogether.
Side's clear.
I find it a little bit helpful because I can tell when I have understeer and I lose front end grip,
Touchy out here today.
because I can't, you know, I don't feel the tug of the force feedback. It's suddenly like I'm on ice. This is a bad decision.
3 wide.
Got it.
2 outside. We're on the outside.
But yeah, that's really kind of annoying. I'm sure it's annoying for you in... Oh god, yeah, this whole jiggly back and forth business. Oh.
Go up top. Left
I went
side
up top.
clear.
I went too far up top. Alright, hit the gas still. There we go.
Go low, go low.
What do you think I'm doing?
Up high.
I have eyeballs. I can see what's going on here. Got almost 10 seconds ahead.
Whatever you're doing, you just keep doing it.
try. Although I have a feeling these people around me are going to do their best to stop me from trying.
Got one working the bottom.
Nobody's working the bottom. They're lap traffic.
Clear left.
Oh, Lord. Phew.
One on the bottom.
I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here. Good
One
Lord.
on the left.
Ow. Lost the door handle. That's alright. These cars don't have doors. Get it back, get it back. Here we go. Ah, oh gosh, yeah, one of the things I find myself doing is really gripping the wheel tight to keep it from bobbling out of my hands on these straightaways.
10 to go.
Feel the tension
We
in
have
my
fun out
knuckles. My knuckles! Bloody knuckles! Oh, sorry. An inside joke that's so inside that nobody listening gets it. Oh, God. Oh, dear Lord.
Clear left side.
Thank you. I feel like I'm going too fast here.
Nine to go.
Yeah, Kansas Speedway, to the best of my recollection, was built about the same time as Chicagoland Speedway. Similar-ish in size and a little bit of design. I think the Chicagoland... Oh God, what's going on here? Chicagoland Speedway is a little bit faster because the back straightaway is actually not a straightaway. It's actually curved. So it's longer and you can get more
We
speed.
can do this all day.
And I remember the first race there, everybody was
Inside's
quite
clear.
surprised that everybody was oh God! Okay, we're fine. Everybody was getting up to like 200 miles an hour on the backstretch. It's like, oh, good gravy. This racetrack is going to be a little bit crazy. Then they went ahead and resurfaced it, and that got rid of all the grip, and this is just a disaster. And then they changed it from a day race to a night race. I'm speaking, of course, still of Chicagoland Speedway. I don't know that much about Kansas.
7 to go.
I've never been. This guy's gonna spin me out, isn't he?
Clear on the left.
Up, understeer.
Clear left.
God, that guy almost hit me. Whoa!
Nice and smooth. You're way
yeah,
out
I'm
front.
going up
Keep that
top.
Clean air. 6 to go.
Going down bottom.
Side's clear.
Braking because I took that really deep.
It's all clear, bud.
5 to go. Is that what he said? So he went by like that. I would have snapped my fingers there if I could have trusted myself to take my hands off the wheel, but I do not trust such things. I've got 31 laps of fuel left.
5 to go.
Hey, you apparently can put less fuel in the car, or you can't. It might be a mandate that you have to have a you have to start with a full tank of fuel. But I know even in, you know, the Papyrus game and other racing games, maybe in this one, I don't know how detailed they get, but when,
We
you know,
having fun out there?
whee, so much fun. Be quiet, I'm talking to the audience. When the fuel starts to run out, that's less weight in the rear of the car. So it really changes the dynamic of the way the car handles, because then the
Clear on the
rear
lower side.
lifts up a little bit, and then more of your spoiler catches the air. So it's like a really strange shift from actual weight downforce to aerodynamic downforce on the rear tires that you really have to deal with as your run goes on and you run down on fuel. These guys are like jockeying for position a little bit too dangerously to me.
Clear left side.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm trying to win a race here.
Okay, let's use that clean air. Keep digging.
Your lack of speed
Clear left.
is disturbing. I'm gonna take it. Oh God, what just happened?
Stay low.
Watch out for that wall,
Clear.
friend.
Right's all clear, bud.
Tap the brake a little bit there. I do not look forward to the road courses. Those were always the bane of my existence in other NASCAR games.
side.
Although I started
That's what we
to.
work for. You got it.
Oh God, that scared me. I started to memorize Watkins Glen. That was an okay road course I did okay on, but I don't know when those show up in the season here. Sure to tune in for those, because that's going to be a crazy time.
No one's going to touch you out here today.
I can barely go straight without wobbling my
Outside
wheels
clear.
off. How am I going to go for a road course? Woo! Our second win! They're going to allow us to do...
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Oh,
That's
guy,
what it's all about
calm
right
down.
there. We'll see you in Victor Lane, man.
Allow us to do some burnouts? Do we get to do some burnouts? And again, yeah, with the... Whoa, God. With the burnout thing, they don't give you control of your... Woo!
Man, great job today.
Hooray! Huzzah!
You're the man.
I am the man. I am a man who is the... Burnouts for the crowds.
They're loving you for that one, man.
The engine guy isn't loving me because I am ripping this one a new one. I'm writing my name in rubber. Hold on, I gotta get people over here in turn 1, or turn 4. Whoa! Wave out the window. Wave. I should have taken down the net. Wave. I'm so great. I'm so awesome. I'm actually waving my hand as if you can see me on YouTube. Alright, hold on. I gotta give these guys a show. And clutch.
They're loving you for that one, man.
Indeed. Do you enjoy the smell of burning rubber? Because here it is. For you and you alone. Woo! Everybody gets sick. Ugh.
Way to
Okay.
go.
Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna vomit. Alright. Confetti! What is that girl looking at? Yes, applause. Have a giant piston. What is everybody taking pictures of? They're like taking pictures of the sky. Am I incredibly tall? I'm 17 feet tall. Everybody look at me.
Number one. That was a great drive and an awesome performance.
The guy with the radio crackly voice. All right, Kansas Speedway. In which year did Dale Earnhardt win his 7th and final... Oh, God. Alright guys, remember at the beginning of this video where I said there were a few things that they could have changed to make this a pretty good NASCAR game? Let me add something else to that list. Keep the game from crashing at inopportune times. The game just crashed. I am a little bit scared that it did not save my progress and my win in that race. I just turned it back on and logged back in. Let's look at the season standings. 2 wins. Okay, it seems like it held everything. And we're up to 16th overall. Top 10s 4, poles 5. Yeah, I think that... And if I go to continue season, it should be Richmond, which is a short track. That should be interesting. Oh, and then Talladega. Look forward to 2 videos from now, of whenever they come out. Talladega is another super speedway, which should be Should be an interesting race. All right, so fix your AI. Give your player control of the vehicle for the start of the race and after yellow flags and pit stops and things like that. And make sure the game doesn't crash all the time. It's just a few tips for the next producers of NASCAR video games, even though it sounds like this Eutechnyx has a monopoly over it right now. So we've traded one monopoly, EA, for another monopoly, and they both kind of stuck. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. We won a race, did some burnouts. Whippity-doo-dah. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Insert joke voice about this guy still looking at an engine.